might get your way. India is a nation with culture. We Indians respect our culture. We have a strong belief for our culture. British ruled us for more than 300 years. They had affected our culture, but that was past. Now we are growing, we are developing. Be it in any field. We are developing in information technology, in education, in economy, and strangely we have been developing in relationship concerns also. Along with growth and development, we have welcomed a term named Western culture to our society. Western culture has influenced our society so much that it has changed the opinion of people regarding your relationship status. Thus came the term live-in relationship and status live-in relationship. Thus the question arises whether it is good to have a live-in relationship or bad. Guys, I want you to sit back and listen carefully because this is not a topic. This is not only a topic which is interesting, but this is a topic and this is a thing which most of us have dreamed to have once. And if you are not, I have dreamed it to have it once in my life. What is a live-in relationship? Guys, do you really want me to tell what is a live-in relationship? It is useless because most of us know what a live-in relationship is. I am not in favor of the topic, neither I am against. But frankly, it depends on my mood and on the conditions. If I am lonely, I am for the topic, and if I think of my partner, I stand against them. If all of the girls in the world had slept with a guy, then I would prefer to die alone than getting married. We Indians are so particular with the virginity of our partner. Forget the virginity. We Indians don't even want a partner, to talk with an opposite gender. Then how can we marry a girl who has slept with a guy? A person who has been in a live-in relationship can't be trusted so easily because he doesn't have a great concern or respect or love for the partner. Respect for his partner. Being like many of the cities in India has a common phenomenon as live-in relationship now because the young crowd and the cosmopolitan culture in those cities give them an option to come in such a relationships. Marriage is no doubt a great responsibility. It is a responsibility towards your spouse, it is a responsibility towards your children, it is a responsibility towards your society. Being in a live-in relationship gives you a task, represents that you have been running from your responsibilities. Live-in relationship is not an illegal thing in India now, but guys, just admit, we are not as lucky like Saif Ali Khan, like in Salam Namaste or Ranbir Kapoor in Wake Up Set. Guys, it feels great fun and exciting when we think of live-in relationship. But there is a lack of commitment when we enter a live-in relationship because we don't know how much long we will go. And a person in a live-in relationship compared to a person in a marriage is less committed to his partner. Guys, also when we are together so much, we breeds conflict, which is familiarity breeds contempt. Also, being together for so much time, we get granted towards each other, and we just the passion in the relationship also fades down. Also, there are chances of unwanted pregnancies, which can be burdensome for both the partners. Guys, you must be thinking that the guy standing here is just describing the cons of the live-in relationship. But no, there are charms and there are pros of the live-in relationship also. Being in a live-in relationship gives you a relationship of freedom and flexibility, which appeals in young generation to get in. Secondly, being in a live-in relationship, you don't have to plan for a child, or you don't have to be social with your bestie relatives. Thirdly, being in a live-in relationship, you are financially independent. You don't have to give your money in the family or something like that. Fourthly, being in a live-in relationship, you have own rules for your relationship. And coming to the next point, being in a live-in relationship, live-in relationship is good for those people who don't believe in long-term relationships, because when you get bored with someone, you you can drop that out, drop them out soon. The last and the most amazing point is the divorce factor, because when we don't want to stay in a living relationship, we can just go for a breakup instead of going legally and having a divorce. Concluding my discussion, I want to say that the disadvantages of living relationships outweigh the advantages of living relationship. Thus, also in the end, there is one person who always suffers, and mostly it's the women, because in most of the cases we can see that if there is a lack of commitment, or if there is a lack of trust, then the relationship breaks, and the person who suffers the most are the women, and the men are in the most relaxed state because what they want they have already got without getting married. Thus, I would like to conclude that it's better to get married than being in a living relationship.